Hello people, this is Zippy and welcome to my classroom. In today's episode, I'll be talking about collaboration because this is a term you hear over and over again. Something that's really important in today's society where we are faced with so many new and unpredictable problems and where we need to put our skills together and come up with a viable solution. And so how do we do this in the classroom and build this skill? Give tasks that are complex. They don't need to be always subject specific. It could be, just even general knowledge. Because if you give tasks that are too simple, what's the point of so many people putting their heads together if they could, easily just do it by themselves? So, how do we go about this? Give a task that is challenging, that is engaging, that is stimulating, and that is multi-layered, so it has different parts. An example I would give you would be this is something fun that we use, especially like as an icebreaker. So you're stuck in a deserted island. Which of your group members would you take? Or which of your group members would you feel comfortable being with? Because they will always come up with a way to get you guys out. And you hear all these great answers. Oh, this person because they have this skill, or this person because they think out of the box, this person is strong, they'll be able to carry us. Just very funny answers. So that, and then to add something else, something like you've been given the following items. You have one rope, a matchbox, a tree, and a fishing hook. How would you use them to make an escape plan? And you don't really know the answer to this because every group is different, and then you get to hear amazing answers. And what we're trying to do is to get people to stop thinking the lower order thinking skills. According to the Bloom's taxonomy, at the very bottom you have remembering, understanding, and then application. But now we are moving them from that to the top level where they're thinking about analysis, synthesizing this information that you have. They're thinking about evaluation, and at the top of it all, creativity. What are they creating from this? So that is one way of fostering collaboration among your students or even your staff. Next, prepare students to be part of a team. Give them the time and the opportunities for them to go through that process. We need to see them building their leadership skills, communication skills, conflict management, team building, and decision-making skills. And these are things that will come when they're exposed to these opportunities. And what is the aim of this? The aim of this is to establish expectations and norms and figure out how to work together well, because working with other people is not always easy for every person. And in group dynamics, you'll see where there's a forming stage, and then now we get to storming, where now people's personalities are colliding and every person wants to be heard and nobody wants to listen, and it takes a while for people to learn to work together before they can get to the norming stage, and after that performing, and they get to meet their goals before now they can adjourn. So this is something that is really key when you're having groups for you to foster collaboration. So how will they know that they're leaders? How will they know that they're critical thinkers? How will they know that they're team players if they've not been put in those situations? So you need to let that process take place. Prepare them for that, because otherwise they'll be very easily discouraged. Another thing you need to look out for is to minimize opportunities for free riding, okay, or joy riding. So you have a group and only a few members are putting in the work, and we have others who are not. It's everywhere. We've seen it. You see it at work. You see it with students at school. It's all over the place. So make sure everybody is carrying a role that will put them in a position where they'll do a lot more. So they're the manager, they are monitoring, they're in a leadership position of some sort. But you can't have group work where someone's role is the timekeeper. Timekeeping is not intellectually stimulating, so you like them if they're being, a secretary, they're on taking notes. They're not just doing that, but they're also adding value to their group. And I ask my students, the ones who are quiet in a group, so what value have you added to this group? What value have you added to this class? Let it not just be you're taking in every person's ideas, but what are you bringing to us? And that makes them want to really prove themselves and give you something. And once they do it, it's wonderful. They feel great, and everybody feels that yes, finally somebody is pulling their weight. And this reminds me of the story of the hare and the tortoise, where the first part that we hear all the time is slow and steady wins the race, where the hare assumed they were very fast, the tortoise could never beat them, so they took a snooze, and the tortoise went and finished, before the hare, which nobody expected because the hare is faster. However, the story continues to say that the two later on became friends, and they learned to accept each other's strengths and weaknesses. So when they're running on land, the hare carries the tortoise on their back, and when they get to water, the tortoise carries the hare on their back. So there's give and take, and everybody puts in according to their strengths, and where we see somebody is weak, we try and lift them up. So let's build more opportunities for discussion and consensus. This is a skill, a soft skill that is needed later on in life, and even while they're relating with their friends, with their relatives, with their love, every person at work or at school, they will need this. It teaches them coordination and organization. You get to learn conflict resolution. You get to encourage each other. So here we're building positive communication and fair distribution of tasks, so they learn what equity is at a very young age. And biggest of all, problem solving. And there's a story titled "This Race Called Life," from the saying that when you walk alone, you walk faster. When you walk with other people, you walk further. So you get to achieve more. And in the story of this, there's this young boy and a wise old man. And the young boy is very fast, known for their speed. They were the Omanyala of the time. Every race they won. And whether they were being put against people the same age or people even fitter, but then this boy was really good and he kept on winning. And so the last challenge was now run against this old lady and this blind man, and the boy of course raced and won, and people did not cheer the way they were cheering in all the other races. And the boy couldn't understand, so he went to the wise old man and asked, why are people not cheering? The wise old man told him, maybe try again. And he raced against the two a second time, and nobody cheered for him. And so he went back to the wise old man and asked him, okay, I tried it again, but I'm still getting the same results. People are not cheering. So the wise old man told him to now do another race, but this time make sure that he finishes at the same time as the other two, as the old woman and as the blind man. And he was not happy about it, but decided, well, I mean, it won't hurt to try. So he did it. And to his amazement, every person stood up and clapped and clapped and clapped for him. And he still could not understand. So he went back to the wise old man. And I mean, I was winning before. Why wasn't I being cheered the first times, the first 2 times? And then now here, I didn't win. We all finished together. But that's when everybody roared there and everyone was cheering. And so the old man told him, yeah, look at you. Everybody expects you to win because you're fitter than everyone else. Here are two other people who are not as advantaged as you are, but you did not help them. But now when you finally decided you will all win at the same time, you encouraged them and you were there, you communicated positively, you cheered them on because they knew you could have done it. You could have won, but you waited for them and that made them even strive to do better and you all won at the same time. So in this race called life, it's not always who's going to be the first one, but what impact have you made? Are you collaborating with other people or is it always just about you? When I began my teaching career, I was told, don't be the sage on the stage, but rather be the guide on the side. And like a year ago, somebody added something to that expression and said, also be the meddler in the middle. So don't always be up there, I'm the teacher, I am the, I'm the boss, I am the everything. Get to learn from the others. Your work is to guide your students, be there, meddle, just by throwing in these questions that will make them think and just continue fostering that collaboration because this is a skill that they will live with for the rest of their lives. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for staying with me till the end. I am really hoping that this is something you will try, and please let me know how you also foster collaboration, and like, share, and please subscribe. Thank you so much for every person who has subscribed so far. You're just amazing, and I really hope this has been a lesson that you won't forget.